Hi, we're here to talk about being prepared and making our homes and communities safer in case of a disaster. It takes 3 things to make a disaster. The first is something we call a hazard. By itself, it is not dangerous or harmful, but could be. The second is something we will call a switch. This is something that makes the hazard become dangerous in some way. After becoming dangerous, if it then affects or hurts people, it becomes a disaster. Here we see that the rock hit some houses that were built at the bottom of a hill. Luckily, no one was hurt this time, but it means families have lost their houses and belongings, so it is a disaster. Could we have stopped this being a disaster? If we didn't build a house where a rock could fall onto it, or made sure that the rock could not move, maybe we could have stopped this disaster. Let's look at another example. Here is a village. The villagers have gone to the woods above them and cut down trees for firewood, building material, and to clear the land to grow crops. Without realizing it, they created a hazard because without the roots of the trees holding the soil together and absorbing the water, all it needs is a switch to make it dangerous. One day, the switch arrived when it rained very heavily and turned the soil into mud, which made it dangerous. When the mud moved and destroyed the village, it became a disaster. There are some disasters such as earthquakes, typhoons, tsunamis and floods that are simply out of our control. But the better that we are prepared and the better we deal with them, the less of a disaster it will be. Okay, let's talk about being prepared for disasters. Okay, Crisp, tell us what you think.
The first thing we need to do is to learn about all the hazards there are where we live and what would turn these hazards into disasters.
Excellent. Okay, Winston, tell us what you think.
We should think about warning systems, make sure our houses are safe. We need to have plans of what to do if things go wrong.
Fantastic. Spud and Nutty, anything else?
We must make sure we learn as much as we can from the people and nature around us.
I'm going to learn first aid.
We must tell everyone about the things we learn.
I'm going to go to village meetings and listen to what is said.
That's great. I think it's time to play some games and learn more about making our lives safer.